Hello and welcome, fellow film buffs. I'm Hunter Van Larup, and I'm joined by co-host and fellow cinephile, Zachary Droll.
Hello.
We watched a phenomenal film, but before we get to that, we have the box office losers. Each and every week, we deep dive into the movies for you to watch and review any and all films to ever grace the silver screen or your TV screen. This week, we're talking about Surf's Up.
Actually, before we dive into this, I actually had some.
Hey,
some good
nice
news.
pun.
I have some good news.
Do you have good news?
Yes, I got accepted into the college I applied for.
Dude, awesome. I didn't even know you were doing that shit. Where at, my dude?
I applied for Oswego.
Dude.
It's another SUNY school, but I got accepted.
Are you going away, or are you doing the online?
It's away. I'm gonna be there on campus.
Ooh, nice. When are you going?
In the fall.
My dude, we remember when we said we were gonna try to do live podcasts? How dare you?
Well,
nah,
we have
dude,
the
that's
summer.
awesome. Good for you.
We have the summer.
Oh, we still gotta wait for COVID to fix itself.
Yeah.
So vaccines, man.
But we have the summer.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll see. Dude, that's awesome though. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you going for? The video stuff still? Like TV and radio?
I'm still doing the media.
Nice.
Broadcasting.
Nice. Dude, you can use this podcast as leverage, even though it's just average.
It's fucking mediocre for the most part.
Yeah, as I said, it's average. You can be like, hey man, I've done this many episodes of a podcast, or at least I know how to talk.
Almost 30.
Yeah, man. Well, by the time you get there, it'll be like probably, I want to say like 40 or 50.
Or I think about 50.
That'll be cool.
Anyways, so we are talking about the 2007 second Sony animated film.
I thought it was the first ever.
Nope. That was open season.
Oh no, it's their first ever one with no humans at all. That's what it is. It's one of my notes in here.
Yes.
So, do you want to do the overview, or do you want me to do the overview?
I got it.
Okay.
Surf's Up is a 2007 American computer animated mockumentary comedy film directed by Brannon and Chris Buck. Surfing means everything to teenage penguin Cody Maverick, voiced by Shia LaBeouf. Followed by a documentary film crew, he leaves his family in Antarctica for Pengu Island, site of the Big Z Memorial surf-off. Cody wants to be respected and admired and believes that winning the competition will bring him what he craves.
Dude, this movie is genuinely good.
When we get to like the mid-movie notes section, you're gonna see one comment, then you're gonna see me slowly transition into at least somewhat liking this film, because I watched like the latter half of it with my friends.
Oh, nice.
So watching things with my friends gives me a better review for it.
Well, yeah, because you get to talk about shit with people. That's why I like doing, that's why I like watching movies with people, because you get to talk about it.
But the only thing I can say that I completely forgot, since the last time I saw this film, I was a small babino.
Same.
Fucking Green Day.
Oh, dude, it's like the whole soundtrack.
The soundtrack's amazing.
Dude, the soundtrack has no right to be this good in a surfing penguin movie.
It doesn't. It literally doesn't.
Dude, I was surprised that I was like, man, this film, I remember a lot of the film. I was like, this film is good. Like, what the fuck?
As soon as I heard I heard the guitar riff to Holiday, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, huh? And then
Dude.
Paradise?
Dude, there's a lot of, well-written and, good, funny scenes. And I remember when I picked this movie out a while back, way back in the day, and you were like, we have to fucking watch Surf's Up. Oh, this is gonna suck, dude. This movie was good.
Yeah, like I said, I slowly turned around to it, so I watched it. I watched the, I think from 16 minutes in all the way till the end with my friends.
Yeah.
And, because we're able to crack jokes, and,
Exactly.
that kind of changes my opinion on things. If I'm able to make a few ha-has with it, I could definitely fuck with that.
Yeah, I feel that. You know, that's why I hope when we start doing this stuff together, we can actually like watch the movie and then talk about it and then do the podcast.
Yeah, so kind of do what not to like give them much credit, but kind of do what the Nostalgia Critic does when he watches the film the first time, to take notes for when he does his Nostalgia Critic videos.
Mm-hmm. I don't really watch Nostalgia Critic, so I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm gonna say yeah.
All right, do you want to hit us off with this cast? This star-studded cast?
This cast is ridiculous. So, we have Shia LaBeouf as Cody Maverick, the 17-year-old teenage rock hopper penguin who dreams of being a surfer. We got Jeff Bridges, the dude, as Zeke, the dude, Big Z. Topanga, he's Cody's idol and famous surfer penguin. We have Zooey Deschanel as Lonnie. She's a Gentoo penguin, and she's Cody's love interest. We got fucking Napoleon Dynamite as Chicken Joe, a dim-witted rooster. Diedrich Bader as Tank the Shredder Evans.
I actually thought this was the guy who voiced Lego Batman for a second.
Oh, Will Arnett?
Yeah, they both have like a similar voice.
It's because they have the graggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have James Woods as Reggie Belafonte, a short-tempered sea otter who is Tank's manager. Well, he's also like anyone's manager.
Yeah, I took liberties with you. I took the most like known actors.
I just added Diedrich Bader in there because he was one of the main characters. He's a lesser-known actor. He's mostly a voice actor, but he's been around a lot of stuff, and he's a good voice actor. So
yeah, definitely.
He was a dad in a sitcom at some point too.
Okay.
He's hit gold.
The box office, this fucking tanked at the box office, no pun intended. The budget of this film was $100 million and it only made $149 million.
It was a kids surfing penguin movie. Who the fuck would want to actually watch this?
Well, if you go back and but just look at all the kids movies back then. You had like Flushed Away. I think
Happy Feet came out around the same time.
Kid movies 2007. You had Bridge to Terabithia.
That's not really a kids movie.
You had Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, Meet the Robinsons. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Pass.
the Last Mimsy.
That was okay.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille is the one that it lost its Academy Award for or something. It lost some award to Ratatouille.
Enchanted. I'm just listing off some of the top ones. The Bee Movie. TMNT. The Good.
The remake.
Okay, this movie was fucking good.
What, TMNT or Surf's Up?
No, it was just TMNT. The one the good, the really good animated one. Yeah, those are some the big theatrical releases. So it kind of got lost in the shuffle, especially because of Ratatouille, Bee Movie.
Yeah.
And Meet the Robinsons along with Alvin and Chipmunks.
I believe it was only in the theaters for 18 days.
That's why I vaguely remember this movie, and I remember hitting DVDs so fast.
Yeah, it was in the movie theaters for 18 to 20 days, and then it instantly went to DVD very soon afterwards.
I'm gonna bring up some side notes about this film though, since I don't think we have much of the music notes.
No, I didn't put the music stuff in there because I figured you would just talk about it.
So, yeah, so we have Green Day. Motherfucking Green Day is in this.
I think Rush is in this too.
It is not. So here are the top ones that are listed off of IMDb. Then I'm going to read the ones at the bottom that they list off as well. We have bands like 311, Incubus, Dirty Heads, Lauryn Hill, Ken Andrews, 4-0 in the Dark, Nine Black Alps, Sugar Ray, Pearl Jam, the Queers.
That's okay.
Yep, that's legit a fucking name for the band. Priestess, the Romantics, New Radicals, Bob Wills, and his Texas Playboys, along with Ziggy Marley and Sean Paul.
And Green Day.
Yeah, and Green Day.
Crazy, dude.
I legit like this has no right being this good.
The soundtrack for this movie, the Surfing Penguin movie, yeah.
Like what happened
It was
with
Sony,
the
man.
second one?
Oh, with the second film, it was a direct-to-DVD stupid cash grab thing.
I know, but like,
This was like a genuine Sony Pictures, man. This is like legit.
Yeah, this is just an amazing soundtrack that had no right.
I'm gonna try to watch Wave Mania at some point.
Well, are we gonna cover it?
If you want to.
We might as well.
Maybe when you relaunch your wrestling podcast.
No, it's gonna be on here.
No, I mean like we'll tie it in.
And another bit of like casting that I didn't add, but a lot of the surfers who are portrayed voice themselves.
Yeah, like Kelly Slater and
Rob
Macondo. I think that's in here somewhere too.
Yeah, I think it's at the bottom. That's the one that I added in. But I just wanted to make that clear that a lot of people voice themselves.
Yeah, this is exciting. We got some fun notes in here. There's not a lot, but we got some fun ones. So I'll start off with some of the notes. So this movie was in production since 2002, before it was released in 2007 at Sony Pictures Animation. It was the studio's second theatrical feature film that to be animated from open season, but the first one to have no humans. The film premiered in the United States June 8th, 2007, and was distributed by Columbia Pictures. It is a parody of surfing documentaries such as The Endless Summer and Riding Giants, with parts of parodying North Shore. Real-life surfers Kelly Slater and Rob Machado have vignettes as their penguin surfer counterparts. To obtain the desired handheld documentary feel, the film's animation team motion captured a physical camera operator's moves. Sony Animation's first film that not have humans. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that the camera people were just penguins then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, there's some more fun notes to that. But yeah, they were penguins recording everything.
Okay, I was about to like, imagine if we're just humans recording everything.
I thought it was humans at first, kind of like Happy Feet. But then, like, I was like, nah, they're penguins. Like, they gotta be penguins. Because no one's, like, freaking out and there's no other humans in the movie. So, speaking of Happy Feet, at the start of the movie, Cody is asked if he's anything else he's skilled at besides surfing, and he says, like what, singing and dancing? This is a dig at the concurrently produced Happy Feet from 2006 starring Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Even as a kid, I was like, oh, they're talking about Happy Feet.
I didn't realize that as a kid.
Oh, I think I just watched Happy Feet recently when I watched that one. They kept coming on Cartoon Network. They probably did like a penguin double feature or some shit. You know Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
At least back in the day.
Yeah.
So, directors Ash Brannon and Chris Buck provide the voices for the film crew chronicling the adventures of Cody. They're probably the penguins. And then this is Jeff Bridges' first animated film since The Last Unicorn, released in 1982, which is 25 years before this. Yeah, so Jeff Bridges was like, I'll be in The Last Unicorn, and surfs up, and that's it.
He'll probably, like, if they were to, like, if they did make, like, a Big Lebowski cartoon, he probably would have voiced.
He showed up in other animated romps after this, but, like, 25-year gap, that's crazy. And he just plays the dude, but, like, a penguin.
Yeah.
I think we both made those notes.
Yeah, he's just a dude if the dude knew how to surf.
Mm-hmm.
The layout of this film, department set up a special motion capture camera system on an old Sony video camera to give the illusion that the movie was actually being made with a real handheld video camera, and thus enhance the documentary atmosphere in the film. This actually was pretty cool. I completely forgot this film was shot in a mockumentary style.
Yeah, dude, so did I. When they opened it up, I was like, oh yeah, it's like a documentary.
Like I enjoyed that. Like I said, I enjoyed that aspect because it made things feel more real. Mm-hmm. In a way.
Yeah, like they kept putting like the little GoPros on the surfboards. That was kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Every time Cody would hit a wave, the little GoPro thing would show up.
Yeah. In a pictorial montage early on, where Cody is explaining the history of surfing and surf culture. One of the pictures features in the 18th century Japanese woodblock printer.
Katsushika Hokusai.
Thank you. Great wave of. It's just a great
Kanagawa.
wave painting.
Yeah, the Great Wave Kanagawa.
Reworked so a penguin is seen surfing off the wave. It was surfing off the wave's lips.
They just turned it into penguins, babies.
To promote the film was released, surfboards, wax bearing the film's logo, and a rendering of Cody was given out at the 2006 San Diego Comic-Con. It was attached to Open Season, which comes out on September 8th, 2016. On June 8th, 2007. I said 2016, 2006. Yeah. And on June 8th, 2007, McDonald's issued 8 Surf's Up toys in the Happy Meals for 1 month. In Australia market, a few small plushie characters of Cody, Lana, Chicken Joe, and Geek replaced some of the toys in the U.S. lineup.
Oh man, that's cool.
So, at least now we know the time frame for most McDonald's toys, which is the month.
Yeah, they do like a month or two usually, depending on what brand it is and like how much they got paid for the license, etc. How much toys they have left over.
So I remember these toys. I think I only got fucking just Reggie a lot.
I think I got Reggie, Chicken Joe, and Maverick. Because I had 4 brothers, so we would all go in and each get a toy from McDonald's Happy Meals back in the day. So yeah, I remember having a bunch of them.
Yeah, I remember only having Reggie though. I think that was the time like we went there once out of that whole month, and I only got Reggie. That was kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. You're like, no, he's a fun character though. He's just not the Penguins though. He's not the one you want.
Yeah.
You want Tank or Geek or Cody. You don't want fucking Reggie.
Yeah.
I don't remember where they are now, but I think I put them in one of my boxes. They could easily be, or they could be in the trash. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think that's where mine are, or they're in some
storage bin somewhere.
No, there's some other kids' hands. I think I probably gave them all the savers.
Oh, that's nice.
So who knows?
Yeah. Yo, man, I didn't know about this Build-A-Bear thing, but we'll get into that later.
Do you want to talk about that? The next bit about the candy stuff.
This giant fucking chunk? Sure, man. I'll jump into it.
Yeah.
So, there was also a tie-in with the candy Airheads, which features a new wave flavor, which was pineapple. I remember this. And 4 collectible lenticular motion surfboard-shaped pieces. I don't remember that, though. Build-A-Bear stores sold plush toys of Cody Maverick, which now I want one.
I think I remember that a lot.
I only had one Build-A-Bear when I was a kid, and then, because I remember being, like, super expensive, and my mom was like, you don't need a fucking teddy bear, you already got 2. And then, I made one recently with my girlfriend, so.
I think I had maybe, like, 2 in my lifetime.
Oh, I know people who had a bunch.
Well, like, because those were, like, the spoiled rich kids. I only had 2. I had, like, an actual teddy bear, and then I had, like, a dog.
Yeah, I think I just had bears. So, and then I think my grandma, like, made me one once, and then I think I was too old for it, though, so we never took it out of the box. Or it was, like, my secondary teddy bear that I would, like, swap out if my other one needed to get washed or some shit. I was a weird kid.
I hear you.
So, patrons could build their own Cody and dress him up in an array of surf-themed clothing and other accessories in the Build-A-Bear workshops. They could also purchase Cody accessories from the official website. Several plushes from Namco intended for claw machines can also be found in purchasing of varying sizes from 6 to 11, including Cody, Lonnie, Tank Geek, Big Z separately, Chicken Joe, and Reggie Belafonte. A rare set of larger ones, which are about 15 inches and higher quality plushies, have been made available at Premiere's After Party. Jealous. One either through available games or given away with gift sets at attendees. Cody, Lonnie, Arnold, and Geek were created, and so far no plans for the dolls to be sold commercially have appeared. A series of a children's 100 puzzle piece depicting the characters was there. 5-inch waterproof tub toys from Jakks Pacific were made. And then 5 characters were produced for that, being the main ones. Who the fuck is Arnold?
That was that small penguin that kept drowning.
You're right.
How do I know this? I just fucking do.
Now that you say it, I totally remember Lonnie saying Arnold. Each character was attached to a washcloth and a surfboard, and then they had questionable likenesses. Chicken Joe was entirely off model, bearing more resemblance to Mikey. I think Mikey was the little tiny bird thing. So, yeah. Along with that, a companion video game, which I think I had, came out, released by Ubisoft of all people. For all current gaming consoles on the market, all versions of the game were the same, with mild graphical differences, with only the Nintendo DS version changing the overall format because you gotta, have constraints for the DS. But I think I had the, I want to say PS2 or PS3 Surf's Up game at some point, or I played it somewhere.
I could have swore there was a Game Boy version of this game.
I wouldn't be surprised. Around 2007 is when they were switching over the generations, so they threw it all around.
I do like it. It's nice though seeing a lot of like. It's weird seeing that not a lot of toys were weird sold as well.
Oh yeah, for a kids thing, but also it was like penguins, and we just got Happy Feet. We didn't want more penguins.
And another thing, so then we brought up Arnold, and we didn't know who he was. Like, why is every film trying at that time no one was trying to make the next Minions or some shit.
Oh no, they did. I have a note.
Oh boy. Man, every film was trying to make the next
cute little thing.
I'll read this half because I love reading this half. Surf's Up was released on high definition Blu-ray, PSP UMD video, and DVD in the United States on October 9th, 2007. That was a mere when did this come out in theaters?
June 8th.
God, very short amount of time.
Dude, they made PSP movies and TV shows. Do you remember that?
I had Office Space on.
That's crazy.
I had Office Space and Napoleon Dynamite on my PSP.
That's fucking crazy.
The DVD and Blu-ray included 2 animated short films, the Chubba Chubbas and the Chubba Chubbas Save Christmas. I'm assuming those are the 2 small baby penguins.
Or it's not even related at all to the penguins.
Yeah. The latter of which premiered with...
It's not their turtles or aliens.
Yes. A direct-to-video sequel titled Surf's Up 2 Wave Mania.
Oh yeah, brother!
Was released on January 17th, 2017.
Literally 10 years later.
Years later. The film stars WWE superstars John Cena, Triple H, The Undertaker, Vince McMahon, and Paige.
And Shia LaBeouf does not come back, and neither does Jeff Bridges. Spoiler
I will
alert.
say this again. John Cena, Triple H, The Undertaker, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and Paige.
Those were the hot tickets in 2017.
Not really.
They were just the ones that would do it, probably. They're like, yeah, I'll be in a movie, whatever.
No, I think that no one ever contacted The Miz. The Miz would have done something.
Dude, The Miz would have been the best fucking penguin.
No one contacted him. Get Taker out of there. Put The Miz in. Now the film is like an Academy Award-winning film.
Miz and Mrs. on TNT or whatever the fuck channel
Christ.
is on.
This since I don't know why they waited 10 years to cash in on this. Hell, even they could have waited a year. Do you know how big WWE was in 2008? It was relatively it wasn't as good as it was in the Attitude Era, but it still had a lot of hype to it.
Well, this came out around the same time as a lot of the wrestling, like when wrestling started to expand their market. They did they did their TV shows, they did the Scooby-Doo and the Flintstones movies. This all came out around the same time, between 2016 and 2018.
Bad timing, though, for Surf's Up 2, to be honest. I think if they would have waited a year, If they would have waited a year, they probably would have been able to get Shia LaBeouf and Jeff Bridges back.
It wasn't even like bad timing on Surf's Up part. It was like, why would they do this to a 10-year-old franchise that was technically a box office bomb? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, and hey, hell, for once, finally, the box office loser's name actually comes into play for this one.
No, I mean, we watched a couple movies that were technically bombs. Mulan and Wonder Woman count.
well, not necessarily, because you had...
They were released on streaming services because of COVID,
yes.
I'm aware. I think we had one other movie that was a bomb, but I forget what it was. I want to say it was Bill and Ted 2.
Yeah, but then also count for inflation. It kind of made its money back at that point. Though.
Yeah. All right, that was our little notes section. Let's get on to the plot. Let's get through this surfboard mania movie with penguins.
Cody Maverick is a young northern rockhopper penguin. I love how they specify what each penguin is.
Yeah,
I thought he was more of an emperor penguin, but
that's what I thought too, or like a macaroni penguin or something.
Rockhopper penguin who lives in Shiverpool, Antarctica. Fuck. With his mother Edna and his older brother Glenn.
Voiced by Brian Posehn.
I don't know who that is.
He's a comedian.
Okay. Cody has yearned to be a professional surfer ever since meeting the famous surfer Big Z many years ago. So when a talent scout, shorebird named Mikey, arrives to find entrance for the Big Z Memorial Surf Contest on Pangu Island, Cody jumps at the chance. En route to the contest, Cody befriends another entrant, Chicken Joe, a surfer from Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
I got a note about that later. No, it's Wisconsin.
So I want to put something. I think wasn't Pangu Island the name of like Club Penguin's Island?
I don't know, but I would not be surprised.
Because that sounds like very familiar outside of this film.
You can look it up while I read some of the notes if you want.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, so the entrants arrive at Pangu Island, where Cody meets and immediately falls in love with Lonnie, a female Gentoo penguin who is a lifeguard. He also meets the contestant's arrogant champion, Tank the Shredder Evans, who has won the Big Z Memorial 9 times since the first held after Z's presumed death during a previous match 10 years ago. Cody sees Tank vandalizing Big Z's memorial and immediately challenges him to a surfing duel. Tank wins the duel while Cody nearly drowns and is stung by a sea urchin named Ivan. I love that. They had to specify.
He danced on me here, danced on me there. And then,
Lonnie rescues him and takes him to her uncle Geek to help Cody recover from his injuries. Cody wakes up but cannot find the souvenir necklace given to him by Big Z when he was a child, but Geek finds it in his hut.
The Club Penguin Island was just called Club Penguin Island.
Wow, man, real original Club Penguin. Way to fucking go.
I could have sworn I remember it being called Pangu Island at one point.
I would be surprised if they had to change it.
Yeah,
sorry,
so he stepped on me. Here, look, I broken, bent, broken.
It's like he was dancing on me. So, while returning the necklace, Geek finds Cody sitting on a koa log and offers to help him make a surfboard. They attempt to take the log back to Geek's house, only to lose control of it and end up in a beach far away from the house. When Cody gets to the beach, he discovers a shack full of old trophies and surfboards which used to belong to Big Z. After observing Geek walking sadly into the shack, he realizes that Geek is actually Big Z. Spoiler alert. And he asks him to teach him how to surf. Z reluctantly agrees after saying no, for 20 minutes, but tells Cody he has to make a board on his own. The first attempt does not go well, however, as an impatient Cody refuses to listen to Z's advice and crafts a weak and unstable board that shatters upon hitting the water. Angry, Cody storms off and runs into Lonnie, who eventually persuades him to return, after doing some lava and poop diving. Cody then spends the night working patiently on a new board. Whoa.
Yeah, so, some lava and poop diving. So I can only imagine, since... This is shot in a mockumentary style. I can imagine the film crew, why are we going near lava? Ah, shit.
Dude, one of them gets stabbed with a spear and goes, not again.
Yeah. Or at least two of them fucking die. Z, what was that? Compliments Cody on his new board, and Cody is eager to start training. Z, instead, has him do menial tasks seemingly unrelated to surfing. Finally,
like the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off.
Finally, when Cody starts having fun, Z and Lonnie teach him how to surf the waves.
I don't believe Lonnie teaches him at all, but okay.
Afterwards, Cody asks Z if he can come watch the contest, but Z refuses, revealing that he faked his death because he realized he couldn't compete with his then new rival, Tank, and that he had become too focused on winning. Not impressed that Z gave up, Cody throws the necklace Z gave him into the sea, meets up with Joe, and gets back to the contest just as it begins.
Hell yeah, man. This is a nice little, cliche, like, he gets mad at his hero, and then he leaves, and then you see the hero in the background. And this, we missed a little bit of Chicken Joe's adventures. He finds out that Cody is missing, and then he just starts wandering the woods, and he meets up with, these tribal native penguins, and that's just funny. I got notes about them.
Yeah, they try to fucking cook him.
And then he gives them squid, and they're all bros now. And he learns the language.
Didn't he go and also... Did he bring up, like, his uncle or his father, Bob, and it zooms out and it's just a fucking bucket of chicken?
Yeah, he's like, I didn't know my dad either. Like, Cody didn't know his dad. And then it's a box of chicken. Apparently, there's a bunch of UFO Easter eggs, but I found zero when I was watching. I was looking through the trivia, and it said, like, during the director's commentary, they talk about how there are little Easter eggs throughout the movie that are all UFO related. And I was like, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense because I didn't see any UFOs. And they said one of them is like right around the time Joe starts talking about his dad. And I was like, I didn't see a UFO. So I don't know.
I'm guessing they were hoping to make like an extended universe out of this.
I don't think so. I just think it was something dumb and fun.
I'll read this last bit.
You want to? Yeah, knock yourself out.
Tank makes it to the finals, as does Cody and Joe in the semifinals. Tank battles with Cody. Tank battles with Cody with Tank. What the?
You got to read it with the commas, dude.
Tank battles with Cody, with Tank trying to throw him off his board, but Tank falls off his board and loses during the finals. I fucking hate how sentence structures work in Wikipedia.
Because you pause at bad moments.
However, Tank appears and tries to knock Joe off his board. Cody intervenes at the last minute, sending himself and Tank into an area of the beach known as the Boneyard. Yeah. Which consists of dangerously sharp rocks, outcropping has killed many surfers who have ventured there. Tank pushes Cody off his board before crashing and is rescued by Lonnie. Z, who had secretly been watching Cody's performance, rescues Cody from a gigantic wave and helps him get back to the beach safely. Z and Cody find out that Joe won by default since Tank and Cody were disqualified. However, Cody accepts the loss, having decided he would rather just have fun instead. Z reveals himself to the spectators and invites all of them to surf at his beach, where Geek joins Cody in tube riding. Cody finishes his interview with a reflection of the past events and then joins the rest of his friends in the water.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. This movie was genuinely good, and I cannot wait to read the reviews that people gave it when we get to the review section.
Yeah, so I had to, since I took the first good and necessarily bad one, the first good and bad one I saw.
Yeah.
And they're not as harsh as you. Well, maybe the fucking the bad one is harsh. But yeah.
We'll see. So, let's get on to our mid-movie notes. I'll skip my first one because Brian Posehn already said was the brother. So, let's hop on in. So, Big Z is the best surfer at the moment. because like he's just doing some crazy fun shit.
Yeah.
Mockumentary style is great, and I forgot about that. Cast is fantastic. The dad's picture is great. I said otter penis question mark, but then no penis. So like when Reggie's in the hot tub and he stands up, they blur out his crotch. But then when he's walking around, he's not wearing pants anyway. Like I get it, it was a little funny throwaway thing, but like, what?
Yeah.
It was weird, but who is filming? Obviously penguins. I figured it out. Mom, don't believe in the dream, man. I miss Shia being a good actor. His voice fits Cody. Now, to be fair, I have not watched Shia's recent films. I heard he's better again, but I remember the good old days.
Honey Boy is good.
Peanut Butter Falcon, I heard, was great.
I need to watch Peanut Butter Falcon because it also involves pro wrestling in it as well.
Yeah, it's wrestling. And then I heard Tax Collector's bad, but I hear he does good. So. So I'm excited for those. Cody Maverick is a crazy, edgy name. Cody Maverick. The little bird manager brought a whale to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't fly. He rides whales. Green Day is the soundtrack. Arnold, help me, I'm drowning. And then when Lonnie picks him up, she goes, this is the third time you've been unconscious this week. That's not good for your brain. Arnold goes, I know.
and then in the middle of her interview, he's like he's backing up slowly into the water.
And then she goes, no,
not again.
That's the good shit. And then the replay of Cody falling into the ocean is fantastic. Just it's so good. Tank needs fuel. Just that's a great line. Love how Z got fat and became geek. Just a fun little nod to like the Big Lebowski where he got a little bigger. Another Zooey Deschanel movie. LOL. Fire urchin scene is hilarious. There's a scene where they're trying to like figure out what's wrong with Cody's leg, and the geek picks up a saw, and you just hear Cody go, "That's a saw! No!"
Yeah.
He's gonna pee on Cody. Penguin dick. He pees right in front of his niece. Just like fucking whips it out and pees on him.
Well, the penguins, man. It's not like it matters.
I know.
It's not like a human dick.
Yeah, I said he's just the dude, which he is, and I make another dude reference later. Now here's a question I have for you, Zachary.
Yes.
So since this is a documentary film inside this universe, do you think that everyone in the world is a bird or penguin, or an animal? So if the crew got the songs licensed, are Green Day birds in this universe?
I believe then Green Day are penguins in this universe at that point.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean. So
yeah.
You think Green Day are penguins? What about the Queers?
The Queers are probably they're probably also penguins.
Not everything's a penguin though.
Well,
we see other animals.
Okay, well, I think if you want to keep Green Day within this edgy aspect, then they're probably fucking crows. Then the Queers are probably just like pigeons.
Yeah, that's comparative, yeah. Dude, I just think that's funny that, they got licensed songs in their mockumentary, which means that they're all birds, or at some point animals. That's crazy.
I wonder how the licensing meeting went. Like, hey,
we need your
Billy
movies
Joel
for
Armstrong.
a surfy penguin movie.
Hey, Billy Joel Armstrong, can we use just the guitar riff from Holiday, and the first 10 seconds of Paradise? Oh, we can? How much?
Oh, it's free because you like penguins? Awesome.
How much? 49 million? Okay. That's half our budget, but okay.
All right, back onto the notes. I wrote, I'm not a surfer. I'm the dude. I'm not Zeke, man. I'm the dude. I mean geek. I love the reveal scene where it's like, oh man, I noticed he was super sad around the shack, and then I realized he was Big Z. I didn't want to freak out though. I didn't fanboy or anything. I'm just cool. And then it shows a scene where he's like, oh my god.
Can we talk? No. How about now? No.
Kids hate this dude, Tank. Dirty trash can full of poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Tank is crazy. My favorite trophy is Helga.
Oh, I have a bit of note about that scene.
My note is he's definitely gonna polish later. Winky face. This movie is genuinely good. Chicken Joe can feel it in his nuggets. Thought that was funny. Can I do it now? Can I do it now? Can I do it now? When they're doing the surfboard thing. That was good. And he's like just going with the grain. With the grain. The grain. He does it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. The grain.
Is it bad? Is it bad that I love to see penguins arguing with each other? It's absolutely ridiculous to think about. Like when you see Big Z and Cody yelling, like just how penguins move and how they animated them. It's just so funny to see like them yelling at each other. Oh, I love it. We're rounding out my notes. Not
again.
I forget what I said. Not again, but it was probably with poop or something. Volcano surfing in poo. The native penguins are the minions. Changed my mind. Think about it. Jeff Bridges is a big goofball. I love to see how everyone is penguins but Joe and then Mikey, like in like the surfing competition. And then no way, we get to surf more. But let's jump back up to my Minions reference. The penguins are just the Minions.
I think they were either gonna capitalize off the natives or the kids.
Well, no, I'm talking about like not the Minions of the movie. They're literally the Minions. They speak in a weird language, and they're just like they make weird noises and they're stupid and they're like yeah, like it's just like they're Minions. Ugafikutu.
Okay,
it's the Minions.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it. They're the Minions.
Now on to my mid-movie notes.
Much more than usual.
Forgot this was in the style of a documentary.
Yeah.
Holiday by fucking Green Day. What the fuck? Surfing chicken from Lake Michigan. That's what they said originally.
Yeah, but they ended up changing it to. I think Lake Michigan is near Wisconsin.
And then Paradise by Green Day. What the fuck? Why am I watching this movie sober?
I don't know. I watched it sober too.
Jeff Bridges as Zeke is just the dude, but a surfer.
Yeah, we made the same notes.
Dude got fucking pissed on. The soundtrack has no right being this good.
Yeah, dude.
Tank doing push-ups on hot coals. Why?
Here's a question. So you know when so he's doing the push-ups on the hot coals, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the scene where he's polishing his trophies and he starts rubbing his nipples. Do you think his nipples were touching the hot coals and that's why he liked it?
Let's put a pin in that. Tank definitely fucked his trophies.
For sure he did. He puts his penguin dick in all those things.
2 cameramen died for this film.
When did the I only remember seeing one die. When did the second one die?
You had like the poison dart go straight through the camera lens.
Oh, I didn't see. And then the spear.
Yes.
Gotcha.
2 fucking died for this film.
2 died for the penguin mockumentary film.
Then this is when I started turning around on my opinion. This movie is ahead of its time.
It is. It is truly ahead of its time. It is stupid and fun.
If this came out now, it probably would like draw like almost like maybe 500 million.
Dude, if this movie, I know the sequel came out in 2017, but it was like a WWE cash grab. But like, yeah, if an original movie like this, mockumentary animation style with like weird animals and stuff came out now, it would be a hit.
It probably would be a bigger hit with like teenagers and like and of course like young adults like us.
Yeah, but it would still be fantastic. I think it would actually have won an award this year or last year if it came out around now, with like its irreverent humor and stuff like that.
Going into this film, very skeptical, but was surprised at how funny this was. Not like belly laugh funny, but like small chuckles here and there that I can get out.
I can agree with you on that. That was just like, that's great.
And that's now, cool. here's something that like kind of seeing this cast makes me think: why haven't we covered Big Lebowski, Holes, and Napoleon Dynamite?
Well, because we had like 2 months where we had to like do specific things. So we were restricted on those ones. And then, I guess we can put the Big Lebowski, Holes, and Napoleon Dynamite in our little checklist up at the top if you want.
But yeah, like this is something that we have to do because like those are like 3 good movies to be honest as well.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. I haven't seen Holes in a while, and I remember not liking it too much, so this will be fun.
I still like the meme that came out of it. I'm tired, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad.
Now, I've seen The Big Lebowski like 100 times, and I've seen Napoleon Dynamite I think twice or 3 times.
I've seen The Big Lebowski once. I've seen Holes like a shit ton of times because it's either on Disney Channel back when I was little, or I think I just saw it at friends' houses.
I think it's on Disney Plus, so
It is. And Napoleon Dynamite is a classic.
instant classic. Like that's just a lovable movie. I even watched the animated Napoleon Dynamite TV show. It was actually pretty good.
I watched like the first couple episodes because like every Sunday was a bit of like a me, my mom, and my sister tradition. We watched like the Sunday animation stuff on Fox.
The animation block.
Because we loved Family Guy.
You know, the Napoleon Dynamite show only lasted 1 season, but they got the original cast back, and it felt like an extension of the show, and it was the movie, and it was really good. I wish that it got more love, though.
Isn't there rumors to make like a second one all of a sudden?
There's always rumors to make sequel movies now that like bringing things back from the dead is such a huge thing. Look at Bill and Ted. That was dormant for like 20 years, and they brought it back, and it was phenomenal. So I wouldn't be surprised. Jon Heder does like a lot of weird stuff. He did the new Tremors movie, where he became the new Tremors guy. So if they do a Tremors sequel, he's the guy now. So it'll be interesting to see what they're gonna do.
Diving into this review, though, I'll read this part.
Sounds good.
Surf's Up has a 79% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes based on 147 reviews. The average rating is 6.67 out of 10. The site consensus reads, Surf's Up is a laid-back, visually stunning animated movie that brings a fresh twist to some familiar conversations. Its witty mockumentary format is fun and innovative, and the CGI is breathtakingly realistic.
That's facts, dude. The CGI looks really good. For 2007, it looks so good. There are movies that came out after this that look like ass.
Yeah. Then with Metacritic, it gave the film score a 64 out of 10, which is a very fair rating, to be honest.
That's fair.
That's based off of 26 reviews. Audience survey by CinemaScore gave the film a grade of an A- on a scale of an A to F.
Crazy. A lot of people like this movie.
Just a very fair score.
Yeah. I think we gave it pretty fair scores, too.
Oh, yeah, I gave it a fair. You gave it a fair. Hunter, since you gave it the good review, do you want to read
first
that
time
review?
First time in a couple weeks. So, Brandy McDonnell from the Oklahoman says, what truly sets Surf's Up apart from... oh my god, let me reset that. What truly sets Surf's Up apart is the natural dialogue. The filmmakers brought the actors together to record their lines, and which is an unusual setup for animated movies, and the extra effort pays off. That's one of the notes I was going to throw in there, but I saw that it was part of the notes, part of the review, so I'll say it now. Every single actor, except for Jeff Bridges and James Woods, because they had other things to do at that time, were all brought in to record in one room together, and they all had props and stuff, and they were also told to improvise lines when appropriate. So like Zooey Deschanel would hold like a piece of wood whenever her character was holding the squid, so she can get like hand movements or something, right, for like actual acting, like, oh, this is what I should be doing. And like they had everybody together. I thought that was really cool. Not a lot of animated movies do that. I think usually just like Disney and Pixar does that.
There's an animated film out there. Oh yeah, it was Shark Tales. They had both like Will Smith and Jack Black in the room together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a movie we gotta watch.
And I shot myself in the foot with this fucking review.
Sukhdev Sandhu.
Yeah, Sukhdev Sandhu of Daily Telegraph UK. The real reason Surf's Up is so aggravating is that it's more concerned with sucking up to adults than it is to enchanting their children.
I find that false. When I was a kid, I fucking loved this movie. It was so dumb and fun. I didn't understand a lot of the adult references and like the adult humor. Watching it now, it made me go, "Wow, this movie was way ahead of its time," just like you said.
Yeah. Well, so that's another thing. We always go back and watch like kids' movies that you didn't understand a lot of the dark adult jokes that were there.
Well, because adults write these movies and they know that kids are going to see them and their parents have to take them to the movies or watch it on TV or DVD like at least 10 times. So they write in these little jokes and nods, especially with a lot of the animated Easter eggs. Like, they just do a lot of this stuff just to poke fun at kids not understanding adult references.
It's like, what was it? I'm trying to remember like a reference that I didn't. Oh yeah, like Chicken Joe's dad. I didn't get that at first.
Nah, and then Joe saying his chicken nuggets, I didn't know he meant his balls. I can feel it in my balls, man.
I can feel it in my chicken nuggets, dude.
Dude, Heder was so good as Chicken Joe.
Now, what did you give this, Hunter? So I'm like, I like your review because we both are on the same spectrum.
Yeah,
like
I gave it 7 trophies polished by a tank out of 10. Polished.
I gave this 6.5. Green Day on the fucking soundtrack out of 10. I say this because like I started getting back into a lot of the older Green Day stuff. Like I went to
Little Edge Boy.
I went to FYE. I picked up American Idiot. I picked up a new copy of Dookie, like sealed and all.
Wow.
And awesome. I was like, "Yo, this is nice," because it still has like the old CD feel to it because it has like that weird kind of like textured spine to it on the side. Yeah, I was surprised that I found a new copy of it.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
But God, this film was like so good. I was skeptical. I liked it a little bit. I don't like it a whole lot, but I like it enough to give it a fair score.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. I haven't seen this since it came out, and it's just watching this again, I remembered so much of what I thought I would not have remembered. Like, there's a lot of scenes that I remember and a lot of lines that I remember happening. But, dude, I haven't seen this movie in, like, 12 years.
Oh, same. I haven't seen this movie. The first time I saw this movie was when it was dropped on Netflix for, like, DVD rental.
Damn. And now it's on Netflix right now, so you guys can go check it out if you want. I definitely recommend it. If you got Netflix, It's basically free. Just go watch it. It's good. It's like an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah. Now, I'll kick us off with this outro, so that I can finally say we have a better Twitter handle.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. You can follow us on Instagram at Box Office Losers and on Twitter at Box Office Loser.
There we go. We figured it out, boys.
Yeah. Just take out the S. For up-to-date news, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your friends. That means, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because I do put a lot of work into the YouTube channel for the most part. So subscribe to the audio stuff, because that's Hunter's forte, to be honest.
Yeah, I set up most of that stuff. You just do the video.
Leave a review. It helps us get up there in the numbers.
The algorithm, baby.
Yes.
Zach, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Dark Shadow Zake literally everywhere. Tomorrow you'll be able to find... on Thursdays, every Thursday, you can find me on the Sports Hit List reviewing AEW Dynamite for the Sports Hit List. And where can they find you, Hunter Venalera?
They can find me at Scruffy Mooseman on like 90% of the social medias. You can follow my podcast on Tuesday called Pound That Button. It comes out every other Tuesday. It's a gaming podcast I do with my two buddies from high school. You can follow me on Wednesday in Android's Amazing Podcast, which is a comic book podcast. This week we talked about DC's alternate futures because Future State came out and we're a little late on that because my buddy had COVID. But now we're good and we're back in the saddle. And then on Thursday, you can follow me at Farthest Galaxy, where I do a Star Wars podcast with one of my buddies from high school. We are covering Empire Strikes Back as of yesterday, and it was a fun one. So definitely check that out, guys. Thank you so much for listening to any and all podcasts we do. Check out the Sports Hit List, and have a nice day, guys.
All right, guys. Peace.
On me. Stepped on me? Are you kidding? This guy was dancing on me. I mean, just look at this. Broken, gone, broken.